Hello everyone, welcome to Smash Bros for GLEC. Today we are fighting against the #1 team in GLEC. My name is Aubrey, also known as AirJ.
And my name's Senator.
So today's going to be a very difficult day for our team, but we're excited, we're hopeful.
Yeah, so I think we're 4-1 going in today. We just came off a loss from Bethel. Manchester historically has been a very good team, won the conference last year, has a lot of very solid players. So yeah, it's going to be a tough one for sure, but we're excited. So it'll be a good experience and definitely a good players to play against.
No, wait, we know who we're sending in.
Yeah, so it looks like we're going with Chris, our Captain Falcon, against their Terry, which is either their Captain Augment or could also be Pars. So.
Ooh, interesting. We do know that they got a lot of new players, but fortunately for us, this is a little bit better of a matchup because Captain Falcon is looking to get in more, but Terry does have a lot of faraway options too.
Yeah, so Manchester has a Terry, a Kazuya, a Min Min, a Mii Fighter, and a Diddy Kong are like their top 5.
Okay. Yeah, they only really had the Min Min, Terry, and Kazuya from last year.
Yeah, so they added on the Mii Fighter and then the Diddy.
They previously had a Steve, but then Steve got banned.
Yeah, the Steve is the Min Min, and that's if he's changed characters since last spring.
So like there is, unfortunately Chris is not doing too well right now, but it's okay. One stock down is not the end of the world, and this is a very high-ranking player from what I've heard, so. Unfortunately, missing the opportunity for a punish. Chris is still struggling to take that first stock, but it's our getting a spike. That's awesome. Oh, and that's dead again.
Chris down to his last stock. Terry at 93%. See if we can close this one out quick.
Yep. Not sure, like.
Terry in his go mode, once he reaches 100%, he gets the rage along with these super powerful moves that can kill very early.
And that is definitely not helping Chris's case right now. Fortunately, standing a little too close to ledge.
Up B, not quite gonna do it yet.
Barely not. Shocking how how long he's living.
Oh, and that good DI.
Nope, that's not it.
Close to the edge of the stage, I was nervous he would get him there. Yeah, that's gonna do it.
That might be it, yep. Unfortunate for us.
So Manchester retaining all 3 stocks. Not a great start. With that go mode, you see him able to kill him very early on the side, get the down tilt jab into the go mode move. I forget what it's called.
That's alright.
Yeah.
But definitely an interesting, not an interesting choice, a decision we have to try and make about like who to send in next, who might be best against the Terry. The question is like who can stall the best, I feel like, because Terry's really wants to get in, and now you have, and since you have the disparity between the two, you need to have somebody who can like quickly get in.
Yeah.
And so interesting choice. I would not have suggested this.
Yeah, I would have expected Link, but I mean, pick kind of similar playstyle as like you said, like you don't really want to be like close combat with Terry. So as far as like character choice, this is probably a pretty good option for us. So hopefully we can take a few stocks here. Down 3 stocks already in game 1. Not a phenomenal start, so.
Not the best stop, but like we can't really take this because Manchester is the best in the league. If you were here last year, Valpo ended up going to the top 2 with Manchester winning overall for GLEC. mainly because GLEC is just, or Manchester is just insane.
I don't know. If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. So
True.
they are definitely a tier above a lot of the teams in the GLEC we play. As a lot of Saturdays we've streamed, we've kind of seen us with that 3-stock advantage after the first match, and that is not happening today. So
yeah, Bethel and Manchester are like the main two that I feel like we're gonna have to face really hard.
In our division, those are definitely like the top 2 teams. Then China's pretty good, and then on the other side of the division, there's a couple good teams too that will be competitive with us. But Manchester, like overall across the entire conference, is definitely like at least favored for sure and a tier above like a lot of the other teams, I would say.
I'm curious, does Manchester participate in NECC or no? Just
They do. Their varsity Smash team plays in a couple different leagues. I want to say like Nace and there's another one too.
I see.
But yeah. But their League of Legends team I know plays in GLEC, but I don't think they play in NECC. I know they don't for Smash.
I see.
But yeah, I know they play some tougher Smash teams in the other league they play.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting choices. Unfortunately, getting that huge combo at the beginning. That we love our DLC character moments. Unfortunately, air dodging, but still able to make it to ledge. Fortunately, Terry has not taken any percent right now, but we are looking at good DI still living. Barely living on a prayer though. That is dead.
Terry doing a great job keeping advantage, gets the ledge trump into the jab for me.
Yeah, it's definitely a strong, this is definitely a difficult matchup for any of our team, really. But we gotta take a look at what we can do. And even though this is a strong player, getting a very nice combo, but sometimes Pitt's moves just don't work. Nice, finding his footing. CQ Nice finally getting the footing and definitely doing pretty good. Definitely a good choice going into it. Unfortunately, he is looking at a deficit, and there goes another stock, just due to DLC character moments.
We'll see if Pitt can take one here. Terry at 81%, gets him off stage, has some advantage. Terry able to get back to neutral. In that go mode now, as you see, he's a lot stronger. The forward smash on the roll read, able to take a stock. Let's go.
Still difficult though, because he is one stock down, forced to approach. But honestly, the Pit is doing in some great work right here. I feel like the Terry probably hasn't seen a lot of Pit, because let's be honest, Pit is a very rare character. Fortunately hitting 92%, but still taking one stock is better than nothing. And nope, good DI from Wes. We are looking at a very different, nope, that's it.
Side B from ledge, not super safe. We saw it work before, but he was ready for it that time, catching with the up B. Goes off top. So we are at 8 stocks to 3, Manchester leading. Curious who will send in next. Good job by Wes, able to take a stock there, but not looking good for game 1. So
No, definitely not.
yeah.
Just a rough start overall, but there is still game 2. We still have 3 more stocks. We've seen crazier things happen, let's be honest here. I think I know who they're sending in next, but
Yeah, I don't know. With our pick going in there, I really don't know who.
I mean, there's only really 2 people I can expect, but that's what I think. I would expect to either see a K. Rool or Pac-Man or Link. Oh, I think I know which one it is. This is our new captain playing, so it's definitely been interesting. We're really hoping. Oh, Okay. One of the better songs from DK.
So we got King K. Rool going in with the stage counter pick and the song counter pick. So we'll see how he's able to fare against this Terry. Hopefully able to win this game at least, up 3 stocks to 2, but we'll see.
Definitely a harder matchup for who we're throwing in, due to the heavy weight and slower nature.
Yeah, K. Rool doesn't do good in like a majority of matchups. But somehow the way that Josh plays K. Rool, he's able to do very well against most people, which is very impressive. Just because he's not a very good character, unlike Manchester's characters are pretty good. So all of them pretty much top tier.
Yeah.
1, go! Hey, come on. Back shoot! How about that?
So Terry losing the stock here.
Hey, come on.
So interesting choice. We got the crown armor going on though. A lot of just back and forth projectiles and getting that first hit. Only taking a bunch of percent already. And that's where we see the power of DLC characters, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, just missing that one main hit is gonna be what's gonna really affect Josh in the long run. Getting crowned pretty quickly. I'm surprised Manchester didn't actually pick up the crown, but who knows. Getting that, winding up a smash attack, that's pretty good. Leading in pretty well, so that's pretty good. We're just seeing a lot of projectiles throwing out, and unfortunately that is an early death for a K. Rool, really. Normally I can see Josh living until like 180 on most good days.
Ooh, gets the spike though, it's gonna kill.
Yep, definitely. Unfortunately, he does take some extra damage though against the Terry. Not the best choice, but still kills. And that is a lot of damage to be taking, because any of Terry's combos take like 40 damage. So, not the most fun. Ooh, nice read there, and just good luck and stuff. We are seeing, this is a very interesting playstyle, very different from what the Terry was originally doing. Nice cannon. That was a very interesting play, but it worked. Oh, and that's another stock, unfortunately, for Josh. We are still in a very good position of at least seeing their next character.
Ooh, gets the spike.
That's a nice spike. This is gonna be quite difficult, but we are going 1 to 6. So, interesting choices. We're not really sure who they can throw out because they got a lot of options on who to throw out.
Yeah, good job by our captain Josh though, able to go 2 for 2, and just beat the Terry and get us feeling a little good. You know, kind of game 1 kind of looking like it's over, but at least having a little win in this game 1, I think it's important for our morale, as the first 2 characters getting 2 and 3 stocks doesn't feel great. So
yeah, it's very difficult across multiple teams that as soon as you're on a losing streak, I've noticed that it's kind of happened, because a lot of our teams not bad mentality or something, but it's hard to get into a positive mindset after going down so low,
Yeah. So we'll see if Manchester throws in who they decide to throw in. I think it could be pretty much anyone. I wouldn't be surprised if they put in a character we maybe haven't seen.
Test the waters a bit.
Yeah, maybe someone who hadn't played too much in a game before. Just kind of see how they do against our K. Rool's last stock.
Yep, because the majority of their top three, I believe, have been playing well across the entire scope of GLEC, from what I'm aware of, at least. Because their 3 main players, they're Min, previously Steve, Terry, and Kazuya. All 3 of them are all DLC characters, and we love to see it, because that means they're kind of overpowered. but they're also played by really
So we got the Ryu.
interesting.
Not a DLC character, but a fighting game character.
That is also one of the common ones.
Go!
So Josh is in both his stocks here.
We've never actually seen the Ryu before.
Yeah,
I'm guessing the Ryu is a new freshman player or something.
most likely, yeah.
I see.
Talk is cheap.
So we're gonna have to play. Josh is gonna have to play a very careful game, having to 3-stock every single player coming up next, and that is a quite difficult game, especially against a team like Manchester. But doing incredibly well, only taking 12%, and in the grand scheme of things, 12% is not that much. Unfortunately, falling off the edge there for Manchester, not the best going for them, but you know, it's okay. He's got a lot to go against. We are seeing huge combos from Valpo going on here. Josh is doing incredibly well against this Ryu. Missing that power-up punch, doing incredibly well. Going in only with 52%, second stock. Amazing combos with the crown, getting him on the up air, just doing incredibly well overall. Fortunately, he is at 93% right now, which is not amazing. Still getting the cannon. That might be, nope, not yet. It's very close. That is death.
Doing a great job of ledge trapping there, able to keep the Ryu. I was about to say another character.
It's okay.
Yeah, keeping the Ryu in disadvantage. Got him all the way down, 1 stock to 1 stock. At 93 though. Ryu definitely has some combos and good kill confirms anytime over 100.
Seeing a very strong thing, misinput from the Ryu there. Still waiting. Oh.
And a little bit of a SD there on the 3rd stock. So Josh doing a great job with the 3 stock, able to bring it to 1 to 3.
Yeah, definitely.
So another positive note for game
Yeah.
1.
Going in 1 to 3, definitely going to be difficult as we don't know who they're going to throw in. Like I said before, Kazuya and Minmin are still on the table to our knowledge. And those 2 players are incredibly good.
I feel like they have a lot of players that are capable of not getting 3 stocks by Josh, and I'm assuming we're gonna see one of those, one of their like better players coming out here.
Yeah, definitely.
So
We'll see who we're sending in, who they're sending in. Like I said, they only need to get 1 stock on Josh, and then they win this first round. But going 1 and 3 is not bad, especially for us at Valpo. We have gotten it pretty low in the past, but
yeah, I mean Josh taking 5 stocks though, that's more than half their stocks. So if we can have 2 other players, you know, chip in too, I mean we're right there. So
yeah.
I know the Ryu might have not been one of their better players, but you know it's a pretty close game 1 considering how far we were down early. So
yes, definitely. Maybe looking at a battlefield stage, very interesting. Not really a neutral pick, but they throw out. So, yeah, going back to small battlefield, I believe. That does not narrow our options down really at all for who they could throw in.
I'm guessing Kazuya. What's your guess? Oh.
Well, we already know.
I guess right. So Kazuya, we actually have a decent amount of experience against because I play Kazuya. So I know you're not a big fan of the DLC characters. But yeah, I play Kazuya because he's super good. Kazuya, you're going to see, has this crouch stats in neutral, which makes him invulnerable pretty much half the time. And then he also has this electric. A lot of really good like 0 to death options, especially against King K. Rool, who's like a heavy, very easy combo character. So we'll see the taunts coming out.
We'll see what happens. Falling for these that Crown Cannon combo has been doing Josh a lot of work. Unfortunately, getting a Reflector in here, a lot of Reflectors. Still taking a lot of damage, but he also has taken a lot of damage
He gets
in
the
return.
Ferb tech, and that's gonna do it.
Yep. Unfortunately, with DLC characters, they have a lot of 0 to like kill moves, and it's incredibly difficult to deal with them.
Yeah, so he saw Kazuya using that reflector. So he has an input. If you double tap forward and press A, it multiplies the damage and doubles it back. So something that I've done against Josh's K rule, and if you're able to counter at time, you can send it right back and it'll double it again. So the cannon will do like 80% if it bounces back and forth. But you know, just counters the cannonball, counters the crown, gets an electric Ferps tech where you do a turnaround fast fall, and then you get the knockout punch, and then just yeah, it's gonna kill. So a lot of 0 to death options, and against King K roll, he's super easy to combo. So me, who's a way worse Kazuya than this Kazuya, can 0 to death K roll pretty easily if I ever get an opening. So yeah, not a great matchup.
No, not a great matchup at all. When looking at people who we can send in first, Josh is a good pick, but he is one of our best players on the team. So you do sacrifice losing that ability, but you also don't have the ability for them to play into Kazuya and just immediately counter King K rule.
Yeah, we saw Chris get 3-stock game 1 too, which is pretty uncharacteristic of him. So I mean, he'd be a player I'd be expecting to do better this second game, but I kind of like starting out with Josh. He's playing well. I'd like to get, you know, a solid start for going into game 2. So I'd like to see Josh, and yeah, so.
Yeah. Chris is mostly just kind of, Chris has like off days, and then he has really good days.
Yeah.
And who knows, it could just be one of his off days. He is one of our really good players, and he can basically play any character in the roster.
Yeah.
But his main ones are Captain Falcon and Wolf. So we'll see who they're sending
I think
out.
today he just wasn't. I think he does well when he like enjoys playing Smash, and I don't think he likes playing against all the characters they have. So maybe that's kind of, he's just like, I don't really want to play against this character.
We are well known for not really liking DLC characters just because of how overpowered they are.
I don't mind. I've joined the dark side, so I mean, I used to play Ganondorf, and then I was like, you know what, I keep losing to Kazuya, I'm just gonna start playing Kazuya. But yeah, I do get complaints about my character, but you know, it's good practice, and at the end of the day, like, we're gonna have to play against these characters, so we might as well get some good practice in against them.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for with. Maybe there might be another Smash game after this. Nobody really knows. It's an interesting thing trying to read Sakurai's crazy mind. Because, I mean, who could top Ultimate? I don't know, but interesting. If they do, it'd be like Ultimate 2. But looking at that would definitely nerf a lot of the DLC characters, because how the game works typically is the DLC characters are made specifically to be kind of like on the overpowering and stuff, and typically in the next game when we do get it, they get nerfed down to like a more regular level and try and balance out everything again. It's just really hard to play like balance games like Smash Bros and such, especially since the main audience for Smash Bros is actually more of a casual audience, not the more serious competitive side.
Yeah, personally, I think most of the DLC characters are stronger, but also, like, I think overall the cast is pretty even, like, compared to, like, some of the earlier Smash games. Like,
Yeah.
Smash 4, you had Bayonetta, like,
And
Brawl,
Cloud.
you had Meta Knight, Melee, you got Fox. But, I mean, in this game, Steve is, like, far and away the best character, but it's banned, so, like...
Well, I mean, it makes sense.
I feel like it'd be valid to complain if Steve was legal, but I don't think it's too bad. But I also play DLC characters, so I'm biased. So
Yeah, I just know like how crazy the DLC characters are. Wish we got like a balanced nerf before the game ended, but not much you can do. I understand keeping the characters really strong at the beginning, because it gets people hyped about the character and stuff. And then slowly bringing them down to the other level is interesting, but it's hard to do, and I don't blame them at all.
Devil's advocate, there's nothing stopping us from having 3 Kazuas.
Correct, yes.
We chose to play King K. Rool, so.
If you want to try and convince them to play 3 Kazuyas, that's on you.
Yeah, I've been trying to. And we got a Piranha player from Manchester here. So.
Okay.
Not familiar with this player.
I'm not either, apparently. I was expecting either the Terry or a hard read on Kazuya. So, we'll see. Interesting choices here. We do actually have some experience against Plant, as Chris really does love playing Plant. Fortunately, taking a lot of damage first stock. Getting the poison off, not doing too good. Just trying to play a projectiles game, and it's not going too well for Josh right now. Unfortunately, getting that read with that up tilt. Going in the poison to protect himself. Still having our up thing, and we're taking a lot of damage. Plant was not somebody Josh was expecting, and you can tell that. Spending a lot of time on ledge, but fortunately K. Rool has a very good recovery. Unfortunately, it is quite weak, as we've just seen several times. Still trying to keep the distance, but right now, Piranha is forcing K. Rool to approach. And that is not doing good for our buddy Josh. Getting the load on poison, Plant just needs a one good hit right now, and he will probably take it. Unfortunately, Josh is doing the same thing, looking for that good hit. Not really. Unfortunately, that will take a stock for Josh. But Plant is quite a high percentage, and if he can take a kill, that makes the game pretty even in the long run. But this Plant is very defensive.
Yeah, Josh doing a good job to kind of come back in the first stock, but really wants to close the stock out before he attacks on too much percent. So, his projectile game not working super well against the Plant.
It's definitely a harder projectile thing, as the Plant can attack from much higher up than K. Rool. Due to the like arc-shaped form that Plant's ball attacks from, it definitely gives Josh much less room to work with. Unfortunately, Plant's recovery is also incredibly good for surviving long distances and being able to go in super low. So, Plant has been able to survive a lot of things, and the best thing Josh can do right now is throw Plant off into the edge. Still seeing...
Oh, he must have lost his jump there.
Must have. That is death, though. Still one stock. We have seen him do a lot with the one stock before, so looking for a lot, but this projectile game is very good from the Plant. Going into
gets
the
his
poison.
shield broken. Got that from the neutral B and then the forward smash. And
Yeah.
Piranha Plant with that neutral B, the poison, able to tack on a ton of percentage really quick. And it doesn't affect the shield break. So able to get the forward smash. So Josh only able to take one stock from Piranha Plant. Manchester up 8-6 in this game too. So
Unfortunately, not sure who we're gonna send in though. I could see a few players, particularly thinking one, but not exactly sure. As again, Plant is a very projectile-based character, as we just saw. Even King K. Rool, with his many projectiles, was not able to do so well against Plant. The poison, the ball, I don't know what to call that, the reach out. Once again, his moves are just weird. You can't like specifically like crown, cannon, uppercut. It's just weird for Plant. But you see like all these very far away and far distance moves for Plant, and that's really what I think got Josh in the end right there.
Yeah, Josh not able to really abuse King K. Rool's tools in neutral as much as Piranha Plant played it pretty well. So I'm curious who we'll send in next. Chris has played a little Piranha Plant, so maybe has some experience in that matchup. But I feel like we want to throw in one of our better players now. Try to even out this game too.
Yep. Looking at it, I think Chris might be a play, but I can also see Wes going in as well. So really, I have no idea of what we're looking at right now.
Yeah, Valpo taking their time, haven't chosen a character yet, so I think just taking a deep breath, discussing what they want to do, and maybe some strategy here. So.
A lot of strategy going into this match. Having Josh go down very quickly to a Piranha Plant is interesting. I was not expecting the Piranha Plant. I don't think a lot of us were. So,
I didn't even know they had a Piranha Plant, so.
Yeah, I know you were saying there was like a Mii fighter, there was...
Those are two freshmen who are like kind of on their like varsity, like some of their better players, which I think they're actually, some of them might even be taking over that top 3 spot from some of the previous players. But that just must be a freshman or a new player or someone we hadn't played against before.
Interesting choice. Finally selecting a character. I would say it's probably a good choice overall. We'll have to see what this person does with everything. But still waiting on stage bands, our favorite. Stage bands take a noticeably long amount of time, so...
If you think that's bad, you should see the band phase for League of Legends. The draft takes like a majority, sometimes like half the length of the actual game. So.
This is why I do not play League of Legends. I'm gonna say that right now. This is why.
Yeah. Later today, we'll also be casting League of Legends versus Anderson at 2 o'clock. So those are another like some better teams face against each other. I think Anderson's like 3 or 4-1, and our league team is 4-1. So definitely check that out later too. But right now, still in game 2 versus Manchester. We're 4-1. They're 4-0. 5, however many games they've played, they haven't lost one yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, 2 big like matchups today versus some like top seeds in our conference. So looks like we're finally getting into the game. We got Pit versus Piranha Plant. Are you excited to see this Pit? You feel like this was the right choice?
I think it was, yes.
Okay.
I think it was a good choice. I'm not exactly...
Piranha Plant taking his time.
Not sure why, but...
He's got a good taunt for sure.
So, trying to get as much chip damage with the arrows. Unfortunately, losing a lot of his shield very early on. Missing one of the combos because of that. Nice combo there from Pit. Fortunately, just barely ending too soon, or not giving enough so the punish can go in. Getting a bunch of down air work. Doing a lot of work with that reflect. Unfortunately, getting punished for that side B right there. Not looking too good, but 102 damage to 74 damage is nothing to scoff at. But doing a lot of things that the Piranha Plant is clearly not thinking of. The poison has been able to shield his movements a lot, and most likely is actually helping out Pit more than Piranha in a lot of cases. Looking for poison to be released sometime soon.
Oh wow!
Nice punish.
Great job. That's the down smash.
Unfortunately, losing his reflectors kind of early, giving them on a cooldown, so he's been definitely using those reflectors to his advantage, especially for poison. They have been incredibly beneficial. Yep, oh, good DI. We are seeing some incredibly good movement. Unfortunately getting red out with that shield right there by the plant. But they're both countering each other. Hit living incredibly long amount of time. Barely missing that, ball, whatever.
Yeah, I think if Piranha Plant can't get those like smash attacks or hit the ball, his only kill option is really just up throw, which kills at like 150. So having a tough time struggling to find that kill confirm. And Pitt doing a great job holding on to the stock and loses it with the, what do you call it, spiky ball? I have no idea what the actual name is.
I don't think it has an actual name, but most people don't even play Plant that much.
I think he's a really cool character though. So.
Yes, I think it's a very interesting choice.
I don't think we complain about this character. So
No.
even though they're doing really well.
But like Piranha Plant is heavily holding on to his poison just because of the fact that Pitt is able to heavily like take advantage of that poison. There's not many good opportunities to just throw it out, and unfortunately it seems like the Piranha Plant has definitely noticed that, but still trying to charge it up anyway, even though he's barely using it as much as he was before. Almost getting the spike right there.
Ooh, dash attack able to cross up, gets the forward smash. That was kind of scary to approach with the poison and him charging. So I don't think anyone was expecting to do him to do that. So I think that's why it worked. Just because I don't think that's I don't know if it's the best option, but sometimes because it's like an option you're not expecting, it can make it the best option. So
I think one of our common, well-known aspects of having our Pitt player Wes is just because he does crazy things.
He does the unexpected.
I look over during Overwatch practice and I'm just like, what's going on over there?
So bringing it within one stock. Great job to Wes so far. So 6-5 for Manchester. Curious who they'll send in next, if it's one of their players that we think is one of their top like better players, or if it's someone new we haven't seen yet. So
yeah, maybe testing the waters, using this as like a testing ground, just because we were one of the teams going up against them in the last time we played Manchester. So
I want to see the Mii Sword Fighter. So one of the worst characters in the game, but their Mii Sword Fighter is like one of the best in Indiana, one of the best like in the region. So I kind of want to see how that goes because I've never seen him play.
Yeah, Mii's are very uncommon across all of the games.
They're
so
not that good, very niche. Yeah, not a good character. So it's gonna be interesting to see, you know, a good player pilot that kind of character.
Yeah, who knows? They might not even be around. We haven't seen the Min player from last year, so.
I don't really want to see a Min though. I don't like Min.
Now you understand our point.
Nah, I like watching Kazi and Terry. I just don't like watching Min. I wouldn't mind seeing a Kazi right now. So I know Wes would mind.
I know all of our players would mind heavily.
No, they've had a lot of Kazuya practice. So we're, you know, I feel like if we lose, then, you know, the Kazuya is just a better player. So.
Going in with some Persona 5 music. Yes, we got stage bands going in. Not selected yet.
Yeah, taking our time in between stage picks and character picks here, so both teams kind of realizing that this is an important game that both teams really want to win. For Manchester, it kind of secures them the #1 seed going into LAN, and for Valpo, it kind of helps them with seeding a lot as well, also with kind of securing qualification. So
Going small battlefield, which is both good and bad. We got the small kill boundaries, which is good for Pitt, but If we have a Kazuya or a Terry, not so good for Pit. We also have the smaller ledges, more like flat ground, which Pit is definitely looking for a lot more. Does not like the ledges.
I'm guessing Kazuya.
Yeah.
Because he went to small battlefield last time. We know they want to ban FD against any chance of playing Kazuya because that. Oh yes, it's the Mii Sword Fighter.
He's very happy.
Yes. This is exactly who I actually wanted to watch. So this is scrubbed out. He's a TO in Fort Wayne. And one of the best Mii sword fighters in the state. I think he actually is the best Mii sword fighter in the state. Which, I don't know how many there are, to be fair, but he is a very talented player, so I'm curious to see how this will go.
Wait, why is he taking in our song?
Wait. I think he lost too many.
Oh, they're restarting. Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
I
think he accidentally lost another one, so. Well, Mii sword fighter winning. Unofficially.
Unofficially. Let's hope we don't see that at the end.
Yeah. I don't know if it's something where the Mii sword fighter has to show his like move setup or because the interesting thing with Mii's is you can choose like what moves they have on some of their specials.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, so getting back into it, hopefully for real this time. Pit losing just one stock.
That's one this time. Let's not give them extra credit there. All right. So we don't really see sword fighters that often. Getting a huge combo off that first round. Unfortunately, not connecting with that up.
Wes doing a pretty good job so far. Yeah, I don't think we've ever played a Mii in GLEC before.
No, we played a Mii Gunner
Gunner?
last year.
Okay.
There was a Mii Gunner. I don't remember where exactly, but we played one. There was a Mii Gunner somewhere. Taking a lot of percentage right now, unfortunately, but going up against one of the top players, still being able to hold his own though. 70% is nothing to scoff at. 89% is also incredibly good. Looking at this, got a few projectiles, but still having opportunities. Dash attack not doing much, still not KOing. Missing that. Wes is doing a great job DIing, keeping this Mii fighter on his toes. Still doing incredibly well. Unfortunately, losing the stock there. We are still looking at a pretty good lead right now. Taking a lot of damage from that side beat. Main thing we need right now is just to kill, knock this guy out, and then we're good, a lot better place. Unfortunately, missing that punish. 61%, really just looking for that kill right now. But unfortunately, he's taking a lot of damage while looking for that kill.
Yeah, really needs to close this out to kind of have a chance at that second stock as well to keep us in the crew battle. Gets it with the forward throw on the edge. So that's 67%. Gonna need to try and find a combo without losing neutral here.
Yeah. Looking, still looking pretty good. Taking, getting grabbed, but still a fair fight because as we've gone before, both characters actually really struggle at KOing the other. Taking a lot of damage, reflecting the projectile back at them. Very nice grab there. Just barely out of range for a Pit combo. But like Wes likes to say, Pit's combos don't work.
Ooh, goes for a read there, not able to get it.
Yeah.
Might have killed though. Oh, and he's not able to recover.
Yes!
Not able to tech it. And gets the back air, but
That is
yeah, a lot.
very close.
Yeah, very important that the back air happens after he takes his stock and not before.
Yes.
So Manchester gonna have one stock left of this Mii sword fighter and one more character as we're going into our last player right now. So 3-4 Manchester with the advantage. Great job by Wes there on the Pit for sure. As I kind of talked up this Mii sword fighter and he does really well against him. So good job on him.
They're not super well where we can't counter it and stuff.
Yeah.
We are, I think I know who we're sending in. Gonna be scary, but I know he can do it. So,
Yeah.
I know he can do it. He
If
may
he-
not think he can,
If he
but I know
plays
he
like
can.
he's able to play, he can do it. If he plays like he did game 1, probably can't do it.
Hey, as long as he got the focus, if I hear a pop off from the other room, I'm gonna be happy. Let's just say that. As well known, this person's pop offs are incredibly well known to the fact that we had to move to the basement. Pop offs, disappointment, all of them are incredibly well known throughout our building. Which is why we got moved to the basement.
Yeah, now we're the gamers in the basement. Closed off from the rest of Valpo.
Both good and bad. We got a nice bigger space to work in.
Definitely worth. It's a win-win on both sides. They don't
I
have to
think so.
listen to us, and we get this big space all to ourselves.
Yes.
So.
Yes, very win-win. We got a nice big space to work in, and they don't have to hear people popping off and screaming, so we can be typically as loud as we want. Depends on who's playing, but
Yeah, it's usually just the other people in the facility at the same time that get annoyed with each other, but
I mean, if it's a game or something, most of us are pretty understanding.
yeah.
So we're understanding, like, oh, if it's a big game, you can scream,
Yeah.
typically.
Luckily, Saturday at 9 a.m., Smash is the only people in here, so they can kind of do whatever they want, and no one else is really in the union. So they are allowed to pop off, you know, even like all the way up to like H-box style pop off where you know throwing chair. No, just you seen those H-box pop offs?
No, I haven't.
He like throws chairs, screaming, yelling.
I'm gonna be frankly honest. Don't even suggest throwing chairs because you
Well,
know
no,
somebody from that room
Yeah,
will.
I said that and then I was like, yeah, probably not a good idea actually.
Probably not a good idea to suggest that. Oh,
So we got Alex on the link.
that was not who I expected.
Me neither. But maybe Chris didn't play great game 1 and just wasn't feeling good going into game 2.
Yeah, fair enough.
So yeah, you know, if he's not feeling it today, he's not feeling it. But luckily we have Alex who can come in, hopefully step up to the plate, swing for the fences.
So we're going into this. Hopefully we can pick a stage soon.
Right now it looks like small battlefield, or maybe we're just waiting for the stage pick to come in.
No, just small battlefield. Definitely a good choice. Me Swordfire having to take drop 2 stocks right here. As long as Alex can take 1, he has an even game going up ahead. Awful music choice.
Me Swordfighter doing a great job of SDing very quickly.
Yeah, the last ones were not so much.
Piranha Plant was taking his time.
They were all taking their time. Even Wes, even Josh, they were all taking their time. They were like, let's take our time with this one. Fortunately, taking a lot of damage there from those 2 attacks. Getting a combo off, Me Swordfire getting a combo off. Just not really needing some more projectile uses. Just not getting in those attacks that he wants to. Getting in that grab though, which is a good look. Unfortunately getting punished for going off stage, going a little too low for that, seeking those quick ends. Taking 91 already, going into 24%. Not looking too good. If he can just keep his stock, that's all that matters really in the end. Unfortunately, still taking a lot of damage, just not doing too good. Got the bomb though, interesting choice. Going into the down air, losing bomb and boomerang, but I guess an interesting choice. Still taking a lot of damage, not getting any of those killing moves though. Never mind, spoke too soon.
Alex really gonna want to close out the stock here to have a chance. Me Swordfighter doing a great job utilizing Link's bomb there for the combos. air and down air, not able to follow up anymore.
Getting the grab in, just not getting the KO. Stopping his side B with the bomb was a very good choice. I love the expressions these are making when they get hit. Still going unfortunate. Very high stock and no killing from Alex right now. Not the best thing we're seeing, but hopefully we can. There it goes.
Let's sit with the B. So Alex with 2 stocks left. 1-for-1 there. So keeping it in a winnable position. We'll see who Manchester decides to throw in next. So they got the Kazuya, they got Diddy, they got Terry, they got Min Min. I'm expecting to see, you know, one of those top 3, top 4 players.
Yeah.
Just because if you're them, you don't really want to drop a game. And if you're us, we'd really like to win a game, as that helps us with seeding. But you know, if you're Manchester, they're probably going to look to close it out here with one of their better players.
Yep, and that's a interesting match. Not match, but like thing placement. So.
You know, last time we saw us with 1 stock on the 3, not very doable. With 2 stocks though, it's winnable for sure.
It is winnable.
Even if you're playing against one of those better players, I mean, you never know. It's just 1 game, so.
Yeah, 1 SD and it can change the whole match. But
Yep.
most of these best players do not SD at all.
Yeah, there's one of them that did a few times. I think it was
That was the Ryu.
the Ryu, yeah.
But when you're looking at like the Min Min, the Kazuya, the Terry, they're
Yeah.
typically not SDing.
It's pretty tough to SD on some of those characters with their recoveries.
Yes. Ryu I can understand a lot more because
Yeah.
the up B, not very good. But he is a fighting character. Kinda makes sense.
Kazu's a fighting game character, but he has a phenomenal recovery. One of the best in the game.
I'm not talking about DLC, I'm talking about like regular fighting game characters. Like if you have a Little Mac's not gonna do much for recovery.
Yeah. Well, he's
In
a
the nice way
fighting
possible.
character, but not a fighting. Well, I guess he is a fighting game character, but he's not like a FGC like Tekken or Street Fighter.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I guess he technically is a fighting game character if you think about it. So.
Yeah, same thing. And even though Ryu and Ken are fighting game characters, they don't have like, they are most entirely close combat, not far away.
Yeah. Well, they're Shoto fighters too, so they do the turnaround, always facing your opponent.
Huh?
Scratching my head here. So I guess we'll see if we're actually playing or not. But they just put in another me sword fighter, so I don't know if they have. Don't know if they have another one or.
That's interesting if they
Okay,
do.
yeah, I guess they got another me sword fighter.
Interesting. They also play the same me, so
I know. I mean, they might just have the same move setup and use the same me.
I see.
So, same character, different player. Going against the Link. So, just like we have 2 King K rules, but they're 2 different players, you know, they have 2 me sword fighters. Oh, not able to get the bomb recovery, dies at 15.
Very
Okay.
unfortunate.
Maybe this is the me sword fighter I was talking about, though.
Maybe. Who knows?
Depending on if he's playing better, because and they're the exact same too. So
Yeah, no
in
idea.
the chat they have to identify like which player it is, so they would know. But in the production room, you know, we didn't know.
Yeah.
So I think he has a different projectile though. That like circle
Yeah,
thing, yeah, that's new. Oh, I don't think I've ever seen that one.
Unfortunately, not grabbing ledge right there.
Okay, this is definitely the me sword fighter I was talking about, not gonna lie. Because I was extremely impressed that West did a good job, but yeah, this is probably the scrubbed out, the one I was talking about.
Yeah, definitely.
Manchester taking it 2-0, winning by 3 stocks in game 2. So hats off to them. Well, hats on, but great job by them.
Great job by our players too, doing
yeah.
a good job, even though this is one of the tougher teams in the league. Still an amazing job overall.
Yeah, able to get to the last character both times. So, you know, we're keeping it close for sure. So, you know, maybe a couple interactions the other way, we're able to take a game, win the set, but
Yeah.
not today. So,
But hey, we still got experience, and we're going into let's go into the next few weeks hopeful.
yep.
So stick around for the rest of the day. Take a look at our league team. But other than that, we're done with Smash for today.
Yep. League at 2 p.m. and yeah, you gonna
that's
send
it.
us off?
Yep. My name's Aubrey.
My name's Henry.
And we'll see you next time.
See you next